Hey there, everyone. Lee Stranahan, how you doing today? Hope you're having a great... It's non-invasion day. It was supposed to be, it's Wednesday. There was supposed to be an invasion today of Ukraine by Russia. And I'll talk about that in a second because it's another case of, allow me to be a little salty in this presentation, absolute bullshit. And I want to say something to everybody listening now. I assume, first off, if you're here and part of this audience, if you've stumbled across this accidentally and you fell for the Russian invasion narrative, sorry, I don't know how you stumbled across this. But I do believe if you're watching this now, that in a real cosmic woo-woo sense, you were meant to be watching this. Because I'm going to start to address one of the fundamental questions. I've been doing journalism about 15 years. And one of the fundamental questions I get all the time is people wondering, what's the solution? And I think I'm starting to see what the solution is to a lot of the bullshit that's going on right now. That, again, I assume everybody watching knows about all the bullshit, whether it's Russiagate, which, if you're watching this, my guess is you didn't fall for that. The constant bullshit about January 6th being an insurrection, that was nothing. What's going on in Canada right now, this Russian invasion narrative, I assume if you're watching this, that you're one of the people who didn't fall for that. But then the problem becomes, even if you don't fall for it, you see the bullshit keeps piling up, and you wonder how to protect yourself and your family. And I'm starting to see with what's going on up in Ottawa, the elites keep playing their hand too much. They're overplaying their hand. Pardon me, I gotta get my tea. And so I'm going to do something I hardly ever do, but I'm going to start doing more, so be warned. I'm going to ask you, if you don't subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notifications. And if you don't have notifications set for me on Twitter, please set them. And that's because now that Twitter has gone from Periscope to this live format here, people don't get notified anymore when I go live. So I want to make sure you stay informed when I go live. So do me a favor. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I hardly ever ask that. And, you know, in the world of social media branding, you're supposed to. So I'm going to try to be better at that because I want to talk about the idea of community for a second. And that's the solution. I'm not switching topics. That's the answer to the question I posed before. A lot of people wonder, how do we fix things? And I think what we're seeing in Canada is a community of people like you and me, who I will call, for lack of a better word, working class, non-elitist. If there's any globalist elitist watching, sorry, I'm going to talk down to you. I don't know why you're watching. Why aren't you off counting your stacks of cash or something? But what I'm going to point out is that community, like we're seeing up in Ottawa, I think is a solution. And I've been doing, so a quick thing on my background. Some people know me from politics. However, I have a background in tech. And I started that magazine you see right there, Video Toaster User, back in the 90s. So a long time ago, 30 years or so ago, I got involved with something called the Video Toaster. The Video Toaster was the first desktop video product, and I, Lee Stranahan, was the world's foremost expert on that. That's how I met people like my friend Jason Goodman, for instance. We talk about that sometimes. And among my students learning to do video production was a guy named Alex Jones. I found that out from Alex in an interview a few years ago, that Alex had used the Video Toaster back in the day. He'd watched some of my instructional tapes. So I mention all this to tell you that technology, I'm pretty good at predicting things. And that's one of the strengths I've had as a journalist. And I'm telling you right now, I see very clearly what's happening. We're in a new wave of technological innovation. And what I want people who are in favor of freedom to do is to start to embrace that creative power. And I'm going to help you do it by doing classes. We're about to relaunch Citizen Journalism School. probably over this next 3-day weekend coming up. And we're going to have other classes that'll teach you things that I know about, like setting up a video production studio, staking your claim in the metaverse, how to build things like that, how to use 3D software that you can download free, like Unreal Engine. Right now, you can go download Unreal Engine. And I'm going to show you how to start using this technology. Even the switcher I've got over here, you can't see, I went to the wider angle. The ATEM switcher I've got over here, it's pretty badass. And this is part of building a community and sticking together. Let me give an example. I've been looking into this NFT crypto thing, and at first I didn't get it. I was a skeptic, I'll be honest. And I think that's the sane position to take is, don't run into something, although I've done that in my relationship sometimes. Guilty as charged. But business-wise, I tend to I study a lot, and I look for things. So right now in Canada, for instance, they've frozen bank accounts of people. But crypto is a way around that. Even from what you know about crypto, and I'm no expert, it's a way around that. And NFTs, which I didn't get at all at first, are a great way to build community. And I'm going to show you, I may do a Zoom call about that pretty soon. But I want you to see that, look around. It's not going to do any good. You can't actually look around. But the other people watching this video right now are your community. And I'm going to do some things to help the community come together. And the elites have no power against us as a community. And we have more power than you might think. And that includes, I'm into digital stuff, obviously. But, who else I was thinking about? I was thinking about the cops up in Canada. A lot of the cops up in Canada, from everything I've heard, would like to tell Justin Trudeau to go fuck himself. I told you it would get salty. But they don't want to because they've got a family to feed. If, on the other hand, those cops could transition to owning their own business, then they could tell Justin Trudeau to go fuck himself and his girly hairdo. Yes, I said it. And again, I speak as somebody who once had very long hair, halfway down my back. But, you get older. I used to have earrings, too. I lost those because no one wants to see an old man with long hair and earrings. I'm just saying, especially one like me who's not good at playing guitar. You can get away with it maybe if you're a fantastic musician. Not so much. I love music, but I'm not good at it. But my point is, every one of those cops who wants to tell Justin Trudeau to go fuck himself, to stick the poutine where the sun don't shine, you know what I'm getting at. Every one of those cops has a skill set. And you, watching right now, I told you in a woo-woo way, I believe you were meant to watch this. Because I'm going to help you, if I can, utilize the creative skills that you have. Whether you're a working class dude who wears a trucker hat without hipster irony, whether you're a woman who just wants to homeschool their kids, cook family meals, and maybe sell stuff on Etsy, I want to help you be able to do that. I want to show you how you can do it, how you can build an independent income. Independent of who? Of these globalist elite fucks who lie to us every single day. Everybody out there knows that there's needed alternatives. And what happens is, and I'm going to say this because I used to work for Bannon when I was over at Breitbart after Andrew's death. Steve Bannon, who used to work for Goldman Sachs, who was in the employ of billionaires, who was working for Robert Mercer when he was data farming, is an untrustworthy fat bastard. Sloppy Steve, go fuck yourself, too. I'm going to be blunt about it. Sloppy Steve lies to people. He says he doesn't like neocons, yet he got neocon John Bolton into the White House. And I saw that up front. And by the way, Steve, if you want to talk, if you want to debate this, if you want to defend yourself, Or if any of your little henchmen like Posobiec or Raheem want to step up and do it for you, you pussy, you can't do it. Because look at his background. He's the Goldman Sachs guy who works for billionaires. That's who Steve Bannon is. And you really have to watch out for guys like that. They are snakes in the grass who know how to talk a good game, but have sold you down the river. Do you think Steve Bannon really cares? I know what he paid people at Breitbart. He was making like $80,000 a month. And I was making less than half that as the lead investigative reporter. So I'm saying this. I want you to know I'm not afraid of these people. Bannon may work for billionaires, but it's time for us, the people, the real community, the grassroots, to flex our muscles and show we've got the power. And I'm not talking about war or civil war or anything like that. I'm talking about using our creativity. Maybe, again, you're one of those dudes in a trucker hat. I like digital stuff. I can't do woodworking. But you know what? If you can build nice furniture, I might be tempted to buy some of your furniture. And by circling our wagons, by becoming a creative community on our own and buying products from each other and creating a marketplace where you can find products from other, again, if you're that stay-at-home mom who wants to cook meals for their kids and maybe sell stuff on Etsy, I buy stuff on Etsy. And if you've created art I can hang on my wall or wear or something like that, I want to know about it. And I guarantee you a lot of people watching right now. But the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is, again, hit the subscribe, follow me on Twitter if you're not, hit that bell on YouTube so you get notified when new videos go up. And that way you'll stay informed. And let's together do what they're doing in Ottawa and build a community and help each other the way these elitist billionaire bastards help each other. You know, you and I aren't going to Davos, Switzerland to ski down the slopes with lights of Bill Browder and George Soros. We're not going to do that. But we can watch each other's backs, because if we don't do it, nobody else will. And that's the bottom line here. They're not going to stop lying. Period. Have you figured it out yet? They're not going to stop lying. Their lies are going to get more desperate, and it's our job to point it out. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. I expect another great show today on The Backstory as we talk about the invasion that didn't happen. And you're going to start to see more stuff on my radio show, The Backstory, about stuff like crypto and NFTs and stuff like that. We're going to integrate that into the daily radio show, which also is a lot of fun to listen to. We got great co-hosts like Carmine Sabia, Jason Goodman, Carter Laren, Kerry Smith, Mark Frost. Great co-host. Different co-hosts on different days. And you not only get informed, but you have fun. I occasionally say things that make people spit up their soda because I don't give a fuck. I do give a fuck about getting kicked off, so I don't swear. So if you're offended by curse words, first off, get the stick out of your ass. You can't chill out about it. That's what I'm saying. Don't be your own private FCC, right? But we're going to start integrating more of these topics, and we got a lot more new classes coming, and free training and stuff. And anyway, I want you to check it out. So subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified about things. Until next time, I'm Lou Stranahan. Bye for now.